Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's Alia and I'm really excited to be sharing these journals with you today. These journals, there's 3 of them, as you can see, obviously 1, 2, 3, but is something different, as I'm sure that you've already noticed that I've tried with these, and that is each of the covers is quilted. And I say that because it's not real quilting, but the way it is, it makes it look like, you know, a little quilt blanket, kind of. I got this idea from, I believe her name is Johanna, and she was doing these cards. And the front of the cards was this quilted look. And she had a video where she showed how she made, you know, how she cut out each little thing, how she put it down, sewed it, and everything. And I thought, that's a great idea. I want to try it with a journal cover. So I did. So I mean, obviously, I'm not a quilter. They're not perfect squares. Some of them they just look different. Some of them are pretty even. Some of them are not. But I mean, I really love the way each one of them turned out. And I'm sitting down, so hopefully I'm getting everything in frame. But I'll just give you a little look-sees to see what each of the covers look like. And there's the back of that. And all the material that I used for the little squares came from Amore Fabrics on Etsy. That's Selena's shop. And I love her fabrics. As you can see, I try to showcase a little bit of everything. So, without further ado, let's go into them. Now, each of them, the insides are pretty much identical. I used the same amount of papers, the same types of papers. The decorations might be slightly different in each of them, but overall they're the same. I made like a little template here, so I know that in each book there's 5 sheets of pattern paper, 6 sheets of coffee dyed paper, 4 sheets of like I took a 8.5 by 11, cut it in half, so it's those half sheets of those, 2 book pages in each, 2 lined papers. So technically it comes out to 13 full sheets of paper and 6 half sheets of paper. 6 meaning that there's the 4 here and then the 2 book, because those are kind of smaller pages. So that was kind of my template about you know, about putting it together. And then as you can see, when we go through, the decorations will be a little bit different. So let's start with this one, and I hope I'm still in frame. Maybe I should stand up, but I try to mark an area. As you can see, there's a little lace here, and right here there's a ruler, so I can stay in this area so it can be seen. But I'm sure I'll probably play the video back before I post it, just to make sure. So each of them are tied, well, these 2 are tied with this twine, but then I couldn't find any more of the twine, so I used the pretty multicolored yarn that I have. I absolutely love this. It's this yarn here, and it's one continuous thread, but see, the colors get a little bit different. So I like using this in some of my projects. And then it's, excuse me, it comes off, so it's not attached. So on the inside covers, I have lined them all with pattern paper. So the way I made the covers is I measured the cover in cardstock. Then I laid down like an undersheet over the cardstock of a plain fabric. Actually 2 of them. This one and one of the others is an old pillowcase that my mother gave me. It's just a white cotton pillowcase that I cut out to use it as a backing. And then the other one, the third one, was It was some plain fabric I'd gotten at Walmart. But I just wanted some plain fabric so that way you couldn't see the cardstock, because some of these are kind of light and I just didn't want it to show through. So then on the inside, because of all the sewing that I had going on here, it showed all the lines, so I put pattern paper over it just to, you know, to make it just a nicer look when you open it. So each one has pattern paper on the inside, and then we start with the first page, and let me get a little card here. So we have a pocket in the front, and then we have line paper, and this is not coffee dyed, I just left it plain, but I did do the hole reinforcers, and I did tie ribbon through each of the holes. And here's one of the first half sheets, and I just did a little edge punch right in the middle, just so it wasn't plain looking. It gave it a nice little edge there, but you know, it's perfect for journaling. And then here, we just hold that up a little bit, we have a cloth and paper pocket, and so you tuck it here. So this is cloth here around the edge, and then in the middle, this right here is pattern paper, and then I just stuck a little trim over that. So hopefully you can see that. Okay, and here is some coffee dyed line paper, and another half sheet paper, and I just put a little lace on the bottom, a little pop of color, because this paper, it was just like, it was pretty with the purples, and I consider this kind of pink. I mean, this is pink, but so I did a little bit more pop of color than I normally do. So that's that one. And then here on the side, I've sewn on some more lace. You can see that sewn there. And then here we have a little tuck on the side, so lots of little things can be tucked up in there, and some nice journaling space here and here. And then here, I didn't put any pockets or anything, but I do have this lace. I mean, you could sort of tuck something behind it, but it doesn't really hold it down. It's more just for decoration. And then the next sheet of line paper with the hole reinforcers and the little ribbon tied through it. And here is the first vintage book page, and this is from the Da Vinci Code. And another side tuck. And on this one, as you can see here, hopefully you can see, I did a little edge punch, just the middle, just like I did with that other half sheet, just so it's a little interesting to look at. And then this is a little pocket here. I used some of the pattern paper there, sewed it on, and then I used a little rickrack on the bottom there. And this here, if you can see, there is a little pocket for tucking things down inside there, but then it also, oops, it folds out like that. And then another vintage book page, and this one says Dan Brown. Oh, the Da Vinci Code, so it's also out of the Da Vinci Code as well. And here is a paper ruffle, and another half sheet, and I just did a little collaging up there, as you can see. So there's just a doily, some rickrack, and then a nice little butterfly, or actually that might be a moth over that. And here we have a little place to tuck stuff here. And then this will show the middle of the signature, which I love this page. And then on the back, there's another little tuck spot there to hide stuff away. And here is another little collage there. So we have the doily, and then we have some bits of lace that was left over, and another little butterfly. We have another paper ribbon right there. And the back side of the vintage book page. Here is the other flip out with the little space to tuck things in there, and plenty of journaling space on that side. And again, another little tuck spot there. Same with the little rickrack on the bottom. And the other half of the side tuck here. with the edge punch right there. Okay, the book page, the white lined paper. Here's the other side of the lace. Some more places to tuck. More ribbon that I sewed on. And here's the purple. The lined paper, the other fabric tuck there. And it's a mirror image of the other pocket. So we have the fabric and then the pattern paper. And the half sheet, that, and the last pocket there. And then the back cover. So the way these all are, like I said, let me just put this aside. They're all going to be exactly the same, just with little bit different in each of them. So I'll go through this one a little faster. So again, here's the inside page. This one is different. So we have the pocket here, but we also have a little tuck right here. And oh, as you can see on the bottom, I just did a little sari silk ribbon. Here's a button, and I put some embroidery floss through. And I think this one was purple, but I wish I had like a pink one, something like that to match, but it was the closest one that I had in my stash that somewhat matched the colors here. So there's that pocket. And see how it's set up exactly the same. So we have the lined paper, the hole reinforcers, and the ribbon through. Same first tuck spot right there. Here's a little double lace here. So, well, this one is some trim down here, and then this is ribbon right there. And here is a little lacy ruffle sewed on there. This is the fabric and pattern paper pockets. And here, instead of having that other trim, I have this ribbon here. And then there's that, the book page. Here's a little tuck here. And this one I did punch the whole edge on this. And this is just my my Fiskars edge punch, not the Martha Stewart one. I only have two, so you probably only ever will see two, this one and the other one. And then here I just did a little fabric flip up with a little trim on top. And again, here's a little spot to put some stuff in, and then plenty of journaling space there. Paper ribbon. And here I made a little tuck spot there, or you could put some secret journaling there if you wanted to. Another tuck spot right there. Here's the middle of the signature, my favorite. I want to wallpaper my whole house like that. There's that. The other tuck here. Paper ribbon. The book page, the other side of the little thing. Here's the other little flip up. And I really like that, that fabric also. And there's another tuck right here. Here's the book page. This one has a nice vintagey, I don't know what that is. Something very scientific. Demonstration to show that the interaction between two electromagnets. Huh, interesting. Well, it's a little lesson that you can read about there. And the other fabric pocket. A little tuck there. The half sheet. White paper, and this one also has, am I even in frame? Sorry. So it has the pocket here, and then the little, I couldn't find my words, the little tuck there. And then that's the end of that one. So that is number 2. And last but not least, number 3. So there's that one. And here's this pretty pattern paper on the inside. Actually, you know what? Let me just stand up to make sure I'm in frame. Oh, I still am in frame. Oh, good for me. Okay. So this front pocket is a little different. It is a pocket, and I have just done some layering with, you know what? Let me stand up. I did some layering here with some different laces and trims, and then I put 2 vintage buttons on the sides. And again, as you can see, I'm just going to flip right by because we've already talked about it twice. And the fabric pocket. There we go. I don't know why I keep using the card because we've seen this already. And here's some more of the trim and lace. And this nice little satiny, soft feeling ribbon that I just sewed onto there. And this one, actually, I don't know if I do have something small enough. I left the top part open so you could stick something down inside that fabric pocket. And then we have this fabric pocket. So I didn't use cardstock on this one. I just used 2 pieces of fabric. So that one was kind of fun. And the little pocket there. Same things that we've been seeing. Just a little bit different. Here's a pocket here. This is made with pattern paper, and I did put a little butterfly there. And this one here, you can tuck something behind that, and then there's a little ribbon trim on the bottom. And the book page, paper ruffle. Here's a little corner doily. And this is a Tim Holtz person die cut, and then I put a little flat back pearl there. And the butterflies, which brings us to the middle. So this one I sewed all the way around, so it's actually 1 page, but on the back I did do a little pocket. So we do have a pocket on the back, just not the front. And then we have that there, the butterfly and the corner doily. The paper ribbon, book page. This here again is a little tuck spot. And then I had a little bit of leftover paper that I made a small little paper ribbon with. And here's like a little tag, so you could probably even put a date on there or something little. Here is a pocket, and then I just layered these 2 images on. Well, they're actually not images, die cuts, Tim Holtz. And again, a little hiding spot there. In the 2 fabric pockets, this one and that one. And the soft satin ribbon again. And the half page. And this one. And that's a regular one. And then the back pocket again. Pocket there, and I just did a little layering right there of some different ribbons and the vintage button because I love vintage buttons, as everybody knows. So that is that one. So these will be up in my Etsy. All the information will be below. Oh, look at that. That's a whole bunch of yumminess there. So I hope you enjoyed my newest projects. I'm going to be calling them my quilted journals. So it'll be like Quilted Journal 1, Quilted Journal 2, Quilted Journal 3. So each of them will have their own listing, only because they are so different on the outside that I just want to make sure they're listed separately. So you are going to get what you're looking for. So Journal 1, 2, and 3 up in my Etsy shop. And like I always say, I appreciate everybody that watches my videos and leaves comments or hits the like button. I enjoy making videos. I think it's fun to share your projects with YouTube, and I constantly love getting feedback from everybody, but I'm also a person that loves to watch other people's videos. I sit, for hours sometimes on a day off and, watch video after video because everybody on YouTube is just so creative. And I pull a lot of my inspiration from a lot of fellow YouTubers. So, if you're getting inspiration from me, I appreciate it so much. And if I give you inspiration, that means the world to me. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you with my next project. Bye.